it's been a minute. Man, I've not been able to get myself together to film videos better, but it's just been busy. Baseball's back in season and I'm so excited because I love watching my kid play. It's just been good. I'm playing around with a recipe right now with sourdough. I actually didn't measure this one, I just eyeballed it. But we really needed bread for the next day. And I thought, you know what? I started this bread at 7:30 at night. And I decided to put my phone down. So I was thinking that if I make it all, do a couple stretch and folds, and then do its long rise just overnight on the counter, because we keep our house chillier in the nighttime. I thought maybe it wouldn't rise too quickly and wouldn't be like overproofed. So I woke up this morning and it actually looked pretty perfect as far as rise. So I quickly, we went to milk the cow this morning, got back around 9. So I split it up. Kids are playing video games. I split it up, put it in the Bannerton baskets, and then put it in the fridge, and then went to church and came back now and am baking them. So they were in the fridge for probably, let's see, 4 hours, maybe 3. So we're gonna see how it turns out. If this works, this is going to help so much, at least for now while it's cold. It's not gonna help during the summer because yes, we do keep our AC pretty low because I hate being hot, but it still would probably overproof too much overnight. But I'm hoping this will work, and it might not be the most perfectly scored on top. I've noticed that when I do that, as far as like, it might be a tiny bit overproofed. It doesn't score all the way great, but nobody actually cares about that but me. As long as it rises good, we're great. I also, like I said, I didn't measure, but I've been doing this recipe for so long, I can go by feel most of the time. And so, but I didn't have bread flour. And I don't have a good enough sifter to start making bread flour on my own. That's actually what I just got a bunch of wheat berries to do. So that video is gonna be coming soon where I'm gonna be making my very own bread flour instead of buying it. We'll see how it goes. But I had all-purpose. I remembered I had some in the back that like are storage, you know, like long storage. So I had some in the back. I went and got that, and then I added some gluten flour to it, like the, I'll put the name in here, I can't remember, but basically like gluten flour. I added that to the all-purpose so that it would give it that extra rise, especially since I wasn't sure how this recipe was gonna turn out. Really quick, this is me from the next day. I wanna explain bread flour really quickly. Bread flour is basically it's the brand sifted out, but bread flour has more gluten in it. So me adding the gluten, Vital Wheat gluten, to the all-purpose flour makes it bread flour because bread flour has more gluten, which helps it rise, yada yada. So I just wanted to put that in there. Anyways, that is what I'm doing right now. I just scored it, I put it in. I made the recipe I always use does 2 loaves. My in-laws are in town, and then my brother-in-law is in town. They're all visiting, and it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, I love having family in town. And however, here's a dilemma. Our water heater went out. We pay for a home warranty. And I am refusing to buy this new water heater on my own because they actually will cover it. But it's gonna take like 2 weeks, and we've already not had a water heater for 5 days. So we've been showering at my dad's or my neighbor's, and I've been boiling water to do dishes. It's such first world problems, but I honestly can do without a super warm shower because I can shower somewhere else, or I could like boil water to do a bathtub. The most pain in the butt thing is dishes, because making stuff from scratch, which we don't do all the time, and we actually have not been doing very much at all this last week because of the massive amount of dishes. So whatever, we hopefully will get that pretty soon. But yeah, I'm gonna just walk you through a little bit of our day. It's a Sunday, just chilling with the fam, making the bread, but I'm gonna show you if it turns out. And I also can't wait to try and get a good sifter. If any of you know of a good sifter for flour, the one that I have, the holes are too big, and so a lot of the bran is falling through. So basically when you're making bread flour, you mill the wheat and then you sift the bran out, which is the little like outside part of the wheat berries. You sift that out, and then you have the fluffier flour. So how I actually grind my flour is I grind it on the lowest setting. So it's already pretty fluffy, but when you're making, you want like a more fluffy recipe with bread flour, you're gonna need to get that bran out. However, I really do love making bread with whole wheat and freshly ground, which I do. I usually split like half bread or part of bread and then the other part freshly ground. So either way, even if I'm filtering out the bran, the freshly ground flour will still be healthier, but I'm just gonna play around with it because my kids really like white, light, fluffy bread. And so I try and sneak in the freshly ground as well as the bread flour. And I'm going to be playing around with recipes that are 100% whole grain, freshly ground wheat. So yeah, I think that was just a lot of rambling, but we're gonna see. I bought 100 pounds of wheat berries, soft white and hard white, to try and make this bread flour. So we're gonna see how it works. Yeah. I am gonna also show you guys a little bit of an update on how the seeds are doing. I just got 2 new ones that came in. The ground cherry pineapple, which I actually need to get that in today. And I'm gonna grow this blue pumpkin. I'm growing a bunch of different pumpkins and I'm gonna grow them all on the trellises. I have tried growing beans on them and they don't do it anytime. They never cover and never look beautiful like they're supposed to look. So I'm switching it up because the pumpkins last year looked magnificent. So I'm not gonna try and grow beans there anymore. I give up. I'm gonna do lots of pumpkins and lots of squashes and just make it glorious. Okay, here are the peppers, which some leaves are getting a little yellow and I'm kind of annoyed. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I think they'll be okay, but these are all peppers. Here are all the tomatoes. I need to take some of the little seed caps off. Guys, I'm so happy with this. Oh my word, this is one of the best ones I've made in a while. My sourdough bread has been tasting fine, but not like turning out amazing. And this, I'm super happy with it. I have the other one in the oven right now. Okay, I kind of vanished after I made the bread. We got busy, but Rigby just got outside and she is drenched because it started raining again. I'm concerned about these starts. There's yellow leaves and some of them are turning purple. I've heard that can be because of cold and because of like they need nutrients. So I'm going to bottom water them some diluted something tomorrow. I really hope they're okay. I hope they snap back. Guys, it's all my peppers, all of them. Wish me luck. If you have any tips on how to make this better. Okay, Rigby, hold on. Okay, if you guys have any tips on how to make this better. Do you see this? I do need to split them now though, because they have their true leaves. I need to put them in their own pots. But, like, I really don't want to lose everything. Yeah, help. Here's the other loaf. Totally forgot to put flour on top, so nothing fancy about that one, but it still turned out good. And this one turned out great, just so beautiful. So on that note, until next time, thank you for watching. Yes, we still have that tree up in my bedroom. The cat's knocked it over so many times, so it's crooked. But we actually keep it up because it gives the most beautiful night light. And I like sleeping with a light, but also I just had to show this. I'm looking at my daughter right now. I've had this jacket since I was in 8th grade, but I have my pants tucked in my Uggs. I also have a few new bruises after today's milking. One on the back of my leg and then one on my back where she whacked me with her horns. Anyways, bonus footage.